All right, y'all, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. As y'all seen from the ring cam, the Tarmac is here. Let's not waste no time, man. Let's get this thing open. Hey, quick admin note, if you are liking the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're going to be talking a lot about this bike coming up, the Factor Austro VAM. I would like to compare the two. It's going to be very, very dope. So let's see what this is, right? And there it is. This is the Rebel Pink colorway. Oh my goodness, I really wanted this color, man. Oh man. Looking at the packaging initially, it doesn't necessarily surprise me because I had a LA, and the LA is packaged pretty much the same way. So let me see, getting this thing open, get my blade back out so I can get this off. So from some people, they seen the thumbnail from the video, my initial video when I was talking about the bike, and it was that Red Bull colorway. That is not the color that I got, obviously. Oh man, gotta take this Thru Axle out. All right, y'all, this is the frame and all of its glory. It looks really good. This is a really dope color. When I seen this color, I was like, yo, I want this joint. And from the color of the LA, knowing that this was going to replace it, this was like a very good addition. This thing is freaking crazy light. It looks really good. I am so excited about this bike build. Let me take a look at this fork thing. This is the fork. Really like this. Like this. Looking at the fork, one of the things that I may do is I had a decal kit on my Specialized LA, and it said Specialized on the fork. I'm probably going to do that as well, so I think that'll look good with the Specialized on the fork and white. Another thing that's different about this Tarmac was, from what I was reading with the SL8 and the Athos, the adapter that goes for the brake caliper requires you to use a 160 rotor. And for most of my bikes, I usually run a dual 140 setup, 140 in the front, 140 in the rear. So I wish I could do that, but if I got to run the 160, it's cool. We'll do that. Let's open up this box and see what's inside here. And this should be like all the transition spacers, the headset bearings. Yep. And my buddy had a Tarmac SL8 that we had put together. And one of the things that I really liked about the SL8 is it came with everything, man. It came with all the spacers if you want to run. This is like for the older Tarmac SL7 stem, you can use that. And then also, if you have the Roval Rapide cockpit, which I do, we are going to use these spacers. And they come with it. I'm going to show you real quick. If you are running it super slammed all the way to the bottom, this is the spacer that you would use. And I am not running it that low. But then it also comes with that transition spacer for the Roval Rapide cockpit. This is the one that I will be using for my setup. And of course, this crazy Tarmac expander plug. Hey man, if you ever got to remove this, it is a freaking pain. I did a video about it, so you could check that out. And this is the proprietary brake caliper adapter from what I was talking about. And as you see, it says for 160 only, but that's all good. We're gonna do that. Got the seat clamp in here, top cap in here. Like I said, this is the bearings, got all that. And you also got your insulation that you put on the brake hose so it's not rounding around. But then also I got another additional package right here that we are going to open up right fast. First I come and I went ahead and ordered the 0 offset. That way I would have it because that's what I prefer. And boom, the 0 offset is right here. And the thing that's super dope about these seat posts when you buy them, it comes with the aluminum or the alloy rail clamps, and it comes with the carbon ones. And the carbon ones is exactly what I need because I will be running the Celia Repente saddle. I do have the S-Works mirror saddle, but I think I will be going with the Celia Repente joint. And if y'all don't know what that saddle looks like, this is what it looks like because I have it on a couple of my other bikes. But this is a very good saddle, very comfortable, lightweight, and that's probably what we're going to go with. But I'm throwing this in here in the beginning because I forgot, right? A lot of people are on these super, super lightweight through axles, right? And they're either going with these titanium or these carbon ones, right? These specialized through axles are pretty light from the factory, right? And I'm just going to show you how much this joint weighs, right? This is the rear one, and it is 29 grams. That is not bad. I would say if I'm going to spend $150, $200 on some through axles, I've seen some that they are like 30 grams for the pair. If it's 30 grams for the pair, I would consider that because it's almost like you're only running one through axle. But if it's just like, let's say one through axle is like 21 grams, to me, it's not worth paying $150, $200 just to save 8 grams off a through axle specifically. But I just want to show you how much the through axle actually weighs. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you the front one since I got it right here so you can see how much it weighs too. Because apparently these lightweight through axles is a lot of topic of discussion right now. And the front one is 23 grams. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, do with this information what you want. But I just want to show you how much these through axles weigh on this S-Works frame. And for the combined weight for both of them, it is 52 grams. All right, y'all, I wanted to show you a little bit more about this frame since I have it here and kind of explain some things, right? This is some stuff that I personally like about the S-Works frame and how Specialized kind of puts their package out there. Now, the stuff I'm showing you, it's not new to me and it doesn't surprise me. I've seen this before. My buddy had a Tarmac SL8 that we built up, and it was just nice really seeing like the finishing pieces that Specialized provides just right out the box, and just the quality, right? Like even when you see like the finish work around the bottom bracket, the way the text is, the way the bolts are sitting on here, it's very, very nice. And as you can see, like the seat tube is at an angle, so it has this kind of like spacer built in so that your bottle cage will remain in a good alignment versus just laying against the frame. It's just like little things like that really just put the, you know, the final touches on things. And I done built a bunch of bikes, and I've owned a few bikes, and seeing like the different quality in the QC in the finishing product, I can see where people spend their money as far as manufacturer wise, right? So other things I wanted to show you, I was talking about the proprietary mount for the 160, and why Specialized does this, I don't know, but it just is what it is. And this is kind of like what it looks like when it's up here on the fork or close to the fork. It kind of has like this gap that's right here, and it kind of protrudes out, but that's where it sits on there. One of the things I thought that was dope is when you are putting this bike together, right? If you are running a 1x system, and y'all know I run a couple 1x bikes, it comes with this block off space. And what you can do is remove the front derailleur hanger, and you could put that block off on there, and you will not have it seen at all, and it just be real nice and clean and aero, right? Another thing that's dope about this too is that a lot of times when you are putting these bikes together, you'll have holes for Di2 wires, and when the wires come through the frame, they come with like specific grommets. The derailleur hanger mount for the front derailleur, it actually blocks off the hole. So when the Di2 wire comes out, it comes out right behind the derailleur hanger mount, and it's clean. So you don't need a grommet or anything to cover it. It just automatically covers it. That's like dope. I can tell that Specialized put some thought into this when they were putting this frame together. Also, another thing too is the when you are connecting the rear derailleur, right? Same thing. You got the derailleur, you got the rear derailleur wire that comes out the back of the frame. Now this does have a specific grommet, but it's perfect, man. You put it right here. It goes in line with the frame, and it's just very clean and very, very thought out. It's the little things like that that I feel like that's the little bit of extra money that you're paying for when you are getting, I would say, a bigger brand thing. And I wouldn't even say so much like it's tied to the S-Works, because even a lot of these little finishing things that I'm talking about, like I have the Specialized Allay, and it's very similar, a lot of the build quality and some of the finishing details and the finishing work that I really, really like. And kind of like what I was showing you earlier, when I am running this Roval Rapide cockpit, you know, I got a little bit of stack, well, a lot of bit of stack. This is about the height that I'm going to start with, and I'm not having mine slammed. But as stated, if you were to run your cockpit slam, you don't have to go out and get a different type of spacer. The SL8 comes with the spacer you need, so that way if you wanted to run your bar system all the way slammed, you can. Like, it's little things like that that I really appreciate, because it's frustrating when you get a brand new bike and you are getting a bike built together and you got to go out and source like little parts, man. It's just super, super frustrating, right? Another thing, right? And all this stuff is it's just little stuff that I'm showing you. This is the seat post clamp, and it's nothing like super, super spectacular. But one of the things that's nice about this is inside of this area where it clamps onto the seat post, it's actually got some texture to it. Now, you'll see seat posts that have texture on the actual seat post. I've seen that before. But then usually when I'm putting bikes together, I'm always adding fiber paste around the seat post, and I'm adding it onto the clamp as well. But this has a texture to it already, and you can kind of hear it. And that's one thing that's going to help it grip that seat post. And that just gives me some confirmation that, you know, it's probably not going to slip. It's going to give that additional grip. Really, really like that. Also, if you are running SRAM, then this wouldn't be an issue for you, because SRAM doesn't have any wires that goes to batteries or anything like that. You just got your hydraulic hoses. But for this specifically, I'm running Di2 Ultegra 12-speed. I have the battery. One of the things that's really cool is this mount right here, right? You'll have some bikes that come with a grommet, and what that grommet will do is allow you to put your battery inside the seat tube. Now, a lot of these newer style bikes, some of these seat tubes are getting so thin that you cannot put the battery inside the seat tube, right? But if you were looking at this seat post, you see these holes that's drilled in here, and this is straight from Specialized, and you're probably wondering, like, what are those holes for? When you have your Di2 battery and you use this grommet mount that comes with it, this just clamps over the Di2 battery on this little ridge right here, locks in here, and then once you put this onto the seat post, those holes line up and they click inside. That's really, really cool. So when you are sliding your seat post on the bike, this part will go down the seat tube inside, and it'll hold your Di2 battery and it will not be moving around. I really, really like that. Those are just some like small details that I really, really appreciate. And it's stuff I expect, especially when you're paying this money. I'm not even saying from the S-Works specifically, but just from a bigger brand. Because I've had some Chinese bikes, some lower end bikes that did not have pieces like that. And when you get into bike building, if you don't build a bike, if you just get in the frame and the parts and you take it to a bike store, you probably never see no stuff like this. And the person that's building your bikes don't even talk to you about it because this is just what they do. But for somebody like me who's always building stuff, I really appreciate those little bitty things because it just makes the bike build process that much easier, that much seamless, it's just that much easier, that much better. To me, it's just like money well spent. And I really wanted to show you those things just so you can kind of see or kind of know what to expect, because it's frustrating like talking to people about bike builds and people seeing different things. And some people saying, well, this don't work or that don't work and this didn't fit. And I'm just kind of watching like, y'all don't build bikes because stuff not working and things not fitting and stuff not being perfect or seamless. That is a normal occurrence when you get into building bikes. So this is kind of give you some peace of mind, or just kind of showing you some of the different details when it comes to the specialized frame set in general. But yeah, like I said, if you're liking the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. This is your boy, Mr. Rob Armstrong. I'm out.